how to get your team to think like owners. You are the most brilliant person in the room. Your expertise, your drive, your relentless standards, these are the reasons you have reached this level of success. But if you are honest with yourself, you feel like you're on a treadmill, working 16 hours a day and constantly putting out fires, and yet your grandest career aspiration seems to be getting further and further away. This is what I call the high achievers paradox. The very strengths that built your career are now the bottleneck, stifling growth. You have become the hero of every story, the fixer of every problem. But a hero who does everything is a leader who scales nothing. Every problem that lands on your desk validates a dangerous belief. If I don't do it, it won't get done correctly. This reinforces the behavior. It tightens the bottleneck, and it keeps you firmly planted on the treadmill. My name is Dr. Katrina Burrus. For over 2 decades, as the first Master Certified Coach in Switzerland and founder of the NKB Excellent Executive Coaching, I have worked with global leaders at organizations like Nestlé, Novartis, United Nations, to cite a few. My work focuses on one critical transition, helping brilliant, ambitious leaders move from being the primary doer to being the strategic architect of their success. We help you get unstuck. In this video, we will explore the hidden cost of being the hero. We will diagnose the mindset that keeps you trapped, and I will provide you with a concrete blueprint to shift. By the end of this video, you will have a new framework for leadership, one that reclaims your time, empowers your team, and unlocks the exponential growth you know is possible. Section 1, the cost of the hero. Let's start by looking at the reality of your situation. Many leaders I work with fit the profile of what I call brilliant jerks. Now, they are not malicious. They're super talented. They're simply so brilliant, so driven by an unwavering commitment to excellence. That's their oversight. It becomes oppressive. Think of a master chef. I will exaggerate to make a point. For example, he insists or she insists on chopping every single vegetable personally because he or she believes no one else can meet the standard. The result, the rest of the kitchen staff stands idle. They are demoralized, disengaged, de-skilled. The chef is overworked, and the kitchen's output is limited by the speed of one person's hands. The potential of the entire team is wasted. This is not just a matter of leadership style. It's a matter of hard statistics, and I'll give you a few. Research shows that a staggering 79% of employees report having been micromanaged at some point in their career. 79%. That's more than 3 out of 4 of us. The impact is devastating. According to one study, 68 said it crushed their morale, and 55 said it hindered their productivity. And when every move is scrutinized, employees stop thinking. The same study found that 39% of employees change jobs specifically to escape a micromanager. Consider the immense cost of that turnover, the lost institutional knowledge, the recruitment fees, the disruption to team dynamics. The financial bleed is continuous. Furthermore, the stress is tangible. Micromanagement is linked to 73% increase in headaches and a 68% increase in fatigue among employees. You are quite literally burning out the very people you rely on to execute your vision. But here's where the real insight lies. Gallup's research reveals a fascinating contradiction. While employees feel overmanaged. 47% also report receiving meaningful feedback from their manager only a few times a year or less. How can both be true? How can a leader be both overbearing and absent? The answer is that the modern micromanager is often not the person looking over your shoulder all day. They are what Gallup calls the fly-in and fly-out leader. They are too consumed by their own task to provide consistent coaching. Instead, they swoop in at the last minute. They correct minor details. They change direction often without explanation. The leader provides erratic, out-of-context intervention that is profoundly damaging. It creates a culture of fear and paralysis. The risk is that the team becomes boss-obsessed instead of customer-obsessed, because they live in constant fear that the leader will swoop in and undo their work or redirect it without fully understanding their challenges and constraints. Section 2, the manager versus the CEO mindset. The solution to this bottleneck is not a new productivity act. It is not a time management hack. It's a fundamental identity shift. It is the ascension from manager mindset to a CEO mindset. The manager mindset is operational. It's focused on the immediate task at hand. It is obsessed with being busy and getting things done right now. A manager has solid technical ability. They have strong work ethic, and they excel at working in the business. Their value is measured by their personal contribution, by doing. The CEO mindset is strategic. Its obsession is with results, revenue, profitability, market positioning. A CEO is visionary. They motivate and inspire. Their value is not in the doing. It is in setting the vision, building the capability of their team, and working on the business. They understand that their time is the company's most valuable asset. It is not to be distracted on tasks that others can and should be doing. This transition is the essence of what I call adding EQ to their IQ. Your brilliance is your IQ, is what got you to this point. But your ability to inspire, empower, trust others is your EQ, is what will unlock the next level. A manager asks, how can I ensure this task is done perfectly? A CEO asks, how can I use this task to make my team more capable? Many leaders I coach are trapped in what we call the backbone role. They believe that if they took a day off, the entire structure would collapse. They are the central pillar holding everything up. But a leader's job is not to be the backbone. It is to build a strong skeleton. So ask yourself, honestly, is your focus on being busy in the business or working on the business direction? It's vision and focused on seeing issues before they affect the business. Section 3, the 4-pillar delegation system. With a CEO mindset, delegation is no longer about offloading administrative tasks you don't want to do. It becomes your single most powerful tool for developing talent. In my coaching practice, I teach leaders a framework built on 4 pillars: capability, context, communication, and commitment. Let's walk through them. Pillar 1, capability. The managerial instinct is to give a task to a person who can already do it perfectly. The CEO mindset asks a different question. Who on my team needs this experience for their professional development? You must align the task with your employee's career goals. Pillar 2, context. This is the step most leaders miss, and it is the primary cause of failed delegation. The strategy is to get from today's situation to the desired situation, and why it's important. As Peter Singh said, there needs to be a tension between today's current situation and the desired situation to motivate people to move. Therefore, defining the desired outcome is critical, explaining exactly what great looks like. Also, acknowledging the current constraints and name the gap between the current situation and the desired situation. A great leader understands that their job is to transfer strategic context, not just assignments. Pillar 3, communication. Delegation is not fire and forget. You are still ultimately responsible for the outcome. You act as a coach, not a critique. Here is a simple technique I use. Have the person repeat the assignment back to you in their own words. This simple act can reveal misalignment before they become problems. Pillar 4, commitment. Delegate authority, not just the task. For delegation to be real, you must empower the person to make decisions. And crucially, you must be willing to accept a result that is different from how you would have done it, as long as it meets the defined outcome. This is the ultimate test of trust, and it is where true empowerment happens. Section 4, the scenario and putting it into practice. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. I want you to imagine a scenario I see often in my coaching practice. Imagine the CEO of a digital marketing agency. For example, let's call her Maria for this example and for confidentiality. Maria is brilliant, but she is the bottleneck. If her employees fail, she believes if she fails. Her ego is wrapped up in the employees' outcomes, and she cannot step back and leave the employees to do the work. She constantly is going back and forth and controlling what her employees are doing. Her anxiety is rubbing off on them. One of her employees confessed to me that all he wanted to do is finish the job as soon as possible, and he whipped something together. The job was subpar, and then he gave it to her. Another example is Maria personally manages every major client. As a result, the agency's growth has completely flatlined. Her initial instinct is to simply work harder, put in more hours. But if Maria adopts the CEO mindset, she approaches this differently. We used my 4-pillar coaching framework. She applied the 4-pillar framework by first, she assesses the capability of individuals. She identifies an account director. Let's call him Kevin. Kevin has a strong analytical skills but lacks strategic thinking. He is the perfect candidate for growth. Next, she transfers context. Instead of a rushed 15 minutes handoff, Maria invests 3 hours creating a comprehensive client success blueprint. She details the client's business model, the history, the decision-making dynamics. She transfers the entire strategic context. Then she focuses on communication. She designs a structured 4-week handover process. Week 1, Kevin shadows her. Week 2, Kevin leads the meetings while she observes. Week 3, Kevin handles the communication with daily debriefs. Week 4, Kevin is developing his own client strategy. This is not a handoff. It is a deliberate, structured apprenticeship. And the result? In scenarios like this, I have seen exponential growth. With 6 months, Kevin then uses Maria's framework to train other team members. I've seen agencies in this exact position go from revenues at $800,000 to $2.3 million in just 18 months. Maria did not just delegate a task. She delegated growth. She invested time up front to build a system that multiplied her impact. Section 5, your action plan. You can begin this shift today. Take out a piece of paper. List all your major tasks and projects for the months to come. Now, I want you to apply the Eisenhower matrix. This is a classic strategic tool but most leaders use it incorrectly. Draw a box divided into 4 quadrants. On one side, you have importance. On the bottom, you have urgency. I want you to focus on the quadrant that contains tasks that are urgent but not important for you to do personally. These are the tasks that screams for attention right now, but do not require your unique CEO level strategy. That list is your starting point for delegation. Then ask yourself 3 powerful questions. This is the stop, start, continue framework. I use it with my clients. Question 1, stop. What activities am I currently doing that are keeping me trapped in a manager's mindset? Is it reviewing minor reports, sitting in on tactical meetings, rewriting your team's work? Question 2, start. What strategic activities would I be doing if I had more hours? Question 3, continue. What high-value strategic activities am I already doing that I need to protect? This framework is simple, but implementing it is not easy. The habits of a lifetime, the identity of being the hero, are hard to break. This is where brilliant leaders often get stuck. They know what to do, but they struggle with the how to do it. They need a trusted advisor or a coach, an objective perspective to hold them accountable. They need someone to challenge their assumptions, to help them navigate this complex change. This is the role of an executive coach. My work with leaders is not just about giving them the answers. It's about helping them develop an objective understanding of their own leadership style and leveraging it. It is a research-based 7-step coaching process designed to get you from where you are to where you want to be. True leadership is not about being the hero who saves the day. It's about being the hero maker. It's about shifting your focus from the fire directly in front of you to the capabilities of the people all around you. If you're a brilliant, ambitious leader, ready to move from the treadmill to be promoted to the C-suite or beyond, I invite you to take the next step. Visit excellentexecutivecoaching.com. Schedule a complimentary discovery session with me to know what is your best next move. Let's transform your dreams into reality. Hi, I'm Dr. Katrina Burrus. Thank you for listening.